Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is ghostmutgaming with me, Christopher, and this is NORCO, a narrative game about a man returning to his home city called NORCO in South Louisiana because his mother died and he needs to help out his brother. So yes, indeed, a narrative game. This plays I was about to say plays similar to Citizen Sleeper. No, it doesn't. But it is a similar game in that there's a lot of text. You're going to be hearing my voice quite a lot. There is almost no voiceover. There's no voiceover, but there are a couple of sound effects, I suppose. Which is arguably more than Citizen Sleeper, yes. But this is an interesting game. We are going to be looking and snooping around NORCO, as I said, a city in the South Louisiana region of the world. And it's going to be a bit of a mystery what exactly we are going to do and what we will find in there. So why don't we start off a new game and have a bit of a look. Shield hid the stars behind halogen of flame projected onto the sky every night. There was no such thing as silence. The noise never went away. The refinery exhaled an endless sigh. Damn it. And yes, indeed, this is how this game does it. Basically, I'm gonna decide what this story is about, in a way. I mean, you can argue that most games that have a narrative setting does that, but this does it a little bit different, because, yeah, you can see these choices here. I can say I could never sleep, it was so loud, or I can say I still can't sleep without that sound. So, one is a bit more about the past, and one is a bit more about the present. So, it's gonna be more obvious what I'm talking about when I say that this is a slightly different game when we get a little bit further in. Let's say we can't sleep without that sound. And you often dreamed that the towers were cathedrals, that the swamps listened when you spoke, that the birds became radiant spheres while circling NORCO's sky. You spent your adolescence sleepwalking between little devastating rituals. Though Blake pleaded, you decided to leave. And I can either say that he knew, or rather that I knew he'd get over it, or that I didn't care. But let's not be so bad. Let's just say that, you know, we knew that he would probably get over it at some point. Well, he never did. You caught on a grainer to Chicago and onward to the West Coast, thinking you'd never return. You wandered through the overlit suburbs of the vast American limbo. Thumbing down 99, you saw an old man crouched in a roadside ditch. He was mouthing your name. He had a familiar gaze. He was gone when you wiped the sleep from your eyes. You spoke to Blake, learning of your mother's declining health, her insomnia, her erratic behavior. You ignored the urgency in your brother's voice. You headed east. You threw your phone into the Rio Grande and joined the armies of the Mesa. 4 months you were in the company of fugitives, sleeping in nuclear tunnels, repairing engines and weaponry. The war was a meme that set Albuquerque on fire. You escaped while the foot soldiers of a pop-up junta bloodied the parched land, while hiding in a Freightliner. And I can say that I either prayed, slept, or forgot. No, you know what? I forgot about everything, so to speak. You called from a landline in a motel somewhere beyond Texas. You knew from Blake's hello that your mother was already dead. You hung up, shouldered your bag, returned to the highway. 5 years had passed, you made your way back home. Act 1. Lowland Ghosts. And we're home! And home has been added to the map. Lovely. You wake from a delirious dream. You find yourself in your childhood bedroom. Monkey watches you from the corner. Hello, Monkey. We'll get to you in just a second. So yes, indeed, we are now in the game proper. And this is a point-and-click game. But not so much like we have a character to move around with. We move from scene to scene, a bit like the old Myst game, if you remember that. Never played it, but I know sort of how it works. But actually, it's not going to play like Myst in other ways. But, you know, what I meant to say is that you have scenes that you go through, and there are things to click in the scenes. We have a world map. We can check that. We are currently at home. There is also the Shield Oil Refinery. And most likely, more stuff is going to open up as we continue. We are currently at home, so let's just keep on going. Oh, did not want to do that. Let's... okay, you know what? Let's go inside. I'll just skip a few steps here. I'll just skip a few steps and go back to the bedroom. We'll get to all of that in just a second. I was not supposed to click on that. Anyway, let's have a bit of a look here. We have a flyer on the wall. A flyer from a show your friend put on a few weeks before you left town. A fight broke out while one of the opening bands played. And I can now decide exactly what happened at that point. Either I got whipped in the face with a bike chain, or I was outside, so not really engaged. No, I was in the middle of it. I still have a scar above my left eye. After the show, you and Blake walked the river back to Norco. You watched the sunrise of the crane elevators. Oh, lovely. We also have a plant. You assume Million has been keeping the plants alive. We don't know exactly who Million is right now, but we will most likely find out. There's also some books in my drawer here. Or nightstand, maybe I should say. One of the books on the shelf is a slim volume called Crisis LARPing. Let's read it. The proto-disaster tourism began almost as soon as the floodwaters left. Punks from across the country ventured into the Ninth Ward, Gentilly, St. Bernard, and finally the East. They curated a theatrical self-portrait of their lives in the ruins. The aesthetics of disaster were central to that emerging milieu. It began to percolate into popular culture. Collapse became the zeitgeist. Wise investors recuperated the experience of disaster. New Orleans became a plastic dystopia, a marketplace for crisis. And that's very lovely. I do enjoy the writing in this game. Just gonna say that. I do enjoy the writing. None of these are really anything. We can look at a sticker from grade school, half peeled from the window. Also, we can look out the window. Cool January air spills through the open window. Commuter traffic lens along the Apple streets as a pair of wrens weave out of the overgrown lot next door. Lovely. We also have a computer. The laptop you're pairing. What the hell is a pairing? I don't know. Gifted you Ilos on a shoddy particle board desk. Let's wake it up. As the screen illuminates, you notice that the signal in the house is dead. No internet. It looks like Blake was using the computer at some point. He left a browser tab open. Let's have a bit of a look at what he's been doing. Alright, so it's basically a message board of some sort. Some mod bot has done something that we have. 05EXULA. Anybody still post here? Nope. Place is a wasteland. Want to run something by you, gents? This is... yeah, that's another person. Was knocking out a sac-a-lay. What is a sac-a-lay? Some milk thing, possibly? In the spillway, saw a big round glowing thing in the sky. Call that the sun, OP. Well, apparently not, possibly. Funny, talked to somebody else in it too, near the parish canal, so that's actually two different people then. Nothing like this, but birds and swans be acting weird. Like it was made from glass, maybe. Who's this? This is even another person, okay. So multiple people are sort of phoning this in, if you would. Like it was made from glass, maybe. Would glow real bright or not at all. Moved fast. Best pick I could get. All kinds of shit was happening out that way. Doesn't sound like it's the same person. What pick are you talking about? Guess on sleep OP. Or is this... oh, maybe this is sort of a... like a random string, possibly. Maybe it's the same people talking, but just gets another string. Possibly. Need cash fat, install Quack Job, use promo code BLEED3 for up to 0.005 Quack Coin. Well, what the F kind of name is Quack Job? Well, just like the name sounds, full of lunatics. App's a way of getting you to join a cult, worse than people living in a small inn Kenner. In the mall in Kenner. You can't trade their coin they use on hardly any exchanges because everyone knows it's a goddamn Ponzi scheme. There we go. Seen this exact thing, OP, still there. Seen at the base of the upper suction. Upper suction. Not entirely sure what that is, but alright. Don't exactly know what I get from that because I don't know who my brother was there, so, you know. Alright, Monkey. Hello, Monkey. Oh, hello. Monkey, your best friend. I shall no gift. You spoke with him often when things got difficult, but then you left. You sat here for 5 years collecting dust. 5 years. His eyes filled with anger as he challenged you to return his gaze. Now we're getting into the the interactive stuff of this game, I suppose. So staring contest part 1, glyphs. Glyphs will appear and flash a pattern, match the pattern to meet monkey's gaze. So basically, what do you call it? Follow John, but not follow John necessarily, but you'll see what I mean. So let's click ready. We are indeed ready. So the glyphs come in. So it's pretty easy when it's only 4. So there we go. You successfully beat monkey's gaze with a cool assurance. However, his expression is unchanged. You stare more intensely. So now get the rings contest. Circles will appear over monkey's eyes. An outer ring will shrink to the perimeter of the circle. Click the circle when the outer ring locks into place. I am indeed ready. Let's do it. Alright, we have that one. We have that one. Whabam! I can meet your gaze all the time. I will freely admit that yes, indeed, I did fail that the first time I tried it, but let's not talk too much about that. So anger melts from monkey's face. I will take monkey. You drape monkey over your shoulder, and monkey joins the party. I love that. So now we have monkey. We can also check our mind map, because we have one of those. This is me. We don't know terribly much right now, but I can click on myself, and I were indeed traveling. I was traveling through the Midwest, so the freight cars rattle in the cold dusk as you crouch on the Grainer porch. Suburbs, fences, traffic, flat country, all passing for miles. Then what? We rolled in the back of a van from Chicago to Des Moines. We stole a heater from Walmart and brought it to the poorly attended house show. Des Moines to Kansas City to Denver, and across to the Rockies. We're across the Rockies. Your friends went south and you were glad to be alone. You spent long nights in those highways on a shitty sleeping bag. And finally down the Pacific coast. You were in California when the summer arrived. You recall the familiar smile on the face of the old man in the Central Valley ditch. That's my burned image into your mind. There we go. So I can also say that I'm home again. So because your brother needs you, because your mom died. There we go. So with that, we've opened up some new entries. We have the ditch man. So the smile of the man who crossed the ditch of the highway revisits your mind. His head was smudged with Wednesday ashes and mascara ran from his eyes. Interesting. We also have Catherine, our mother. She has died, indeed. The cancer metastasized. It was in her liver, then her lungs, then it was in her brain. She was on chemo, never finished her 3rd course. At the hospice on Jefferson Highway, Blake said the traffic shook the building. He left before she drew her last breath. Along with the morphine drip and the rattling glass, that's how Catherine died, my mom. We also have Blake, my brother. He is a lot younger, reckless, gets in trouble, spends sleepless nights scrolling. Edgelord, sensitive, compassionate, foolish. Can't take criticism, always needs money, tries to help those he loves but often makes things worse. What else? Well, insecure, dysmorphic, constantly checking his reflection, always seeking validation. Was terrified of you leaving and now is terrified of you dying. Well, he kinda needs to get over it, but yeah, probably a little bit of guilt from my side of this. So, no love or anything like it, so there we go. He's also a bit oblivious. Your grandma once said that she didn't expect much from Blake. She said that he was short-tempered, oblivious, and couldn't focus. Blake was sitting in the chair across from her, staring down at a tablet. After she left the room, you asked him how he felt. I feel fine, he said. Why? Because of what Gran said, you responded. And he looked confused. What did she say? Well, there you go. A little bit oblivious, yes. Well, actually, can we dig a bit into... No, we cannot dig deeper into that at that point. So that's our mind map. That is going to open up as we investigate around the world. More people, possibly only people, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe only people. We will see. So, now we can get to the living room. Here we go. So, the living room. More stuff to find out about. We don't need to go out just yet. We have a photograph. A photo of your mom holding Blake as a baby on a beach in Pensacola, Florida. It's winter. You stand beside him bundled up and laughing as a gust of wind rakes the beach. The sky is bone white. And some books. You peruse the titles on the bookshelf. And, well, there are books, sort of like the ones in our bedroom, but you know what? If you want to read this, do that. I'm just gonna leave this be. We also have the laundry. Your mom's unfolded laundry. How long is it since she died? Wouldn't someone have taken care of that? Apparently not. We have a couch, memories of sleepless nights, your mom sitting here, staring through the window. There was a tension in her demeanor, as if you were interrupting some urgent and obligatory task. You continued to the kitchen with no words exchanged. Well, maybe I thought she hated me, or maybe I just say that those nights were indeed rare. Many of them you don't remember. Alright then, we also have some mail. A letter from Shield Oil sits atop a stack of mail. Dear neighbor, please be advised. There will be elevated flaring at the site of our number 5 stack near Good Hope on the evening of Thursday, March 19th. This will pose no health risk to residents. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact the Shield NORCO Office of Community Engagement. Oh, well, at least they informed us. There's also a photo album. Let's have a bit of a look. Yellow pages of disposable photographs. Your grandfather, a peculiar look in his face, impossible to read. Your mom staring at Blake through the obscure lighting. He's dressed as a vampire, tugging at someone's waist. Pleated khaki shorts. A photo labeled Duck. Scene of a barbecue on the lake front. The man at the center points playfully at the camera. His face is obscured. Turn the page and there's Blue, your father, though you never thought of him that way. An easy smile on his face, a canister of dip shoved into his front pocket. Is that like a dad thing, to have dip just in your front pocket? Just walk around with dip. Or is that like a South Louisiana thing that I don't know about? Possibly. And I set the book aside. So with that, we've opened up a couple of more mind map things. We have a duck over here. An old friend of your mom's, your memory of him is scattered and vague. We also have Pops Pierre, your grandfather, Peter Pops Pierre Melanchon, I think that's pronounced. He passed away when you were a teenager. He seemed to court controversy. As a child, you never understood why. We also have Blue, Is it my father, or is it just that I don't really consider him a father? You don't remember Blue, only the things he left behind. Photographs, cologne, tools, the name that your mother kept. So yes indeed, alright, so at least a husband at some point. Even the pictures that have survived are too faded to make out. Well, it's a vague memory indeed. So that's a bit more information of various things. No information about the cross there, or whatever that is. Possibly like a... you call it a marriage photo? Is that what you call it in English? No, wait. Yes. Engaged? No, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. There we go. We also have the TV. So an old defective flat screen that your mom never bothered to bring to the curb. Alright, we can also poke that. So we turn it on. A chaotic distortion of your mother's memories flash before you. Interesting. Let's tune in. So we have what seems to be explosion, possibly. I'm thinking a city view, and indeed an explosion there. You keep going. I want to say a cityscape, but actually that seems a little bit too reflected, if you know what I mean. Not entirely sure what that is. We have a highway seen from possibly different security cameras. We have, not entirely sure, but something with a character of some sorts. Difficult to tell. And then we're back to the explosion. Lovely. Alright then, I think we're done in here. Yes, so let's go to kitchen. Let's go to the kitchen. We have a microwave. You've discovered so many dead cockroaches in this microwave over the years that it's discouraged you from using it. Yeah, I would be discouraged too. Lovely. For several months, a dead baby roach was stuck... Baby roach? Do you really call them baby roaches? But okay, sure. Was stuck between the clock's display and the protective screen, blocking the hour. Blake finally shook the microwave aggressively enough that the roach fell into the guts of the machine. So not only microwave or the cockroaches within the microwave cabinet, or whatever you want to call it, but also in the machinery of it. Lovely. Cockroaches everywhere. We can get to the backyard, but let's not do that now. We have the pills. Your mom's painkillers are spilled across the counter. What about the coffee? Nothing about the coffee. Nothing about the refrigerator. So yeah, this game is obviously a lot about just try to find things to click, but it's fairly, as you can see, you have a fairly decent, I guess you could call it a hitbox. Yeah, fairly decent hitbox for things, so it's quite difficult to miss them. I mean, very aggressive here even, so all the way over here, you know. So the laundry room, you're always frightened by the laundry room, yeah. I mean, not uncommon, I guess, for young kids. We also have an attic. Let's check that out. Different boxes with, I assume, toys, etc. And we have some boxes here. There used to be much more clutter up here. You imagine your mom gave it away as the end approached. Possibly, yes. Alright then, not much else here. Let's get back down and... alright, I think we are ready to go to the backyard. And there's Million. Hello, Million. Million sits in her characteristic slouch, lost in thought. Her carapace is taking on the rusted and weather-worn quality of the rest of the machinery in the yard. You recall the night that your mom showed up with her. You and Blake stayed up past dawn, poring over the pirated API docks. Her ragdoll mass was slumped on the floor as you wrote the routing procedure. You wonder if such memories hide behind her constellation of eyes. The robot regards you casually. So yes, indeed, this is not really our world, so to speak. It's an alternative universe where robots exist. So let's have a bit of a chat with Million, and it's also a very strange kind of robot. You can sort of see bubbles. There's some sort of liquid within this face, and even though it looks like there's like slits for eyes, it's probably, yeah, it says constellation of eyes, so possibly every single dot here is an eye. Very strange kind. It's sort of antenna ears, sort of a thing, but also regular ears, which seems weird, but sure. So, okay, you're awake, couldn't sleep or best sleep in years. It feels like I've slept a long time. Definitely feels like I've slept a long time. So the sound of the refinery did always help you sleep, didn't it? Possibly, yes. In any case, I'm certain I was no help. She gestures towards the motorcycle at the edge of the carport. I was turning over the engine on that bike to test the coils. It was quite noisy, but they're in good shape now. All I need is a fuse and we can use it to get around while I finish repairing the truck. Lovely. I heard the phone ringing inside, but I had my hands full. Alright, so our first little mission, get a fuse. Where could I get that? The gas station just up the road has them, but you may have to persuade Troy to let you in. Alright, so were you expecting a call? Many people have been calling since Catherine died. Your brother is usually the one to answer the phone, but I don't know where he went off to. Well, where could he be? Let's not say he's useless, that's a little bit harsh. I've been slightly friendly to my brother so far in my choices. Let's keep that up. I wonder where he could be. Likely the bar or bookstore if I had to guess. Alright, so why would people be calling Mom? Your mother left behind a lot of loose ends. From what little I know, I gather she was conducting research for a client in Fat City. As so many people would like to acquire that data. I'm unaware of where she has hidden it. Perhaps Blake knows its whereabouts. Alright, but who would want the data? And your mother spent her entire life researching this town. She knew histories that others had forgotten. History has a lot of value in this place. Well, what about the client then? I haven't a clue. Alright. These aren't the things she discussed with me. As the cancer spread, she became more guarded with her research. Alright. So she finally worked herself to death, possibly. Or I took her knowledge for granted, or she always kept strange company. Now, I don't really know about that. I mean, she might have worked herself to death. Possibly. So she did indeed have an addictive personality. There's no denying that, but she cared about you and your brother more than she was willing to express. Alright, well, that's all for now. Thank you for that. We have a container on the truck. Your mom kept all her gear in a plastic container strapped behind the cab of the truck. Boots, waders, flashlights, tackle, first aid kit, etc. Awesome. And the truck was your grandfather's. You remember riding in his lap while he let you steer. The dead wasps that collect behind the seat smell of grease, whiskey, and nicotine. You and Blake would drive the truck into New Orleans on the weekends. No AC, windows down. The rattling chassis was deafening going 75 on the Interstate 10. Million has been slowly repairing the vehicle since your mom's death. Cool. Also have the cityscape in the back. The towers of the refinery wink in a subtle and familiar rhythm. Yeah, that's the lovely background noise. Awesome. We also have a crab net. A disintegrating crab net. Blue taught your mom how to make these, and your mom taught you. In the summers, you'd bike to the suction before sunrise. Ooh, suction. We had the fifth suction or second suction or something at some point. Don't exactly know where. I've already forgotten. Tie chicken next to a net, submerge it, and nurse your coffee while waiting for a bite. Crabs from the suction. Also, the motorcycle. Your mom sold 4-cylinder 350cc bike. It has extensive rust and wear. Let's get a fuse for that at some point. Also, a pry bar. A steel pry bar lies on the ground. Lovely. Anything else? Nothing that I can see. No. Alright, we have front yard and kitchen on our front yard. We can get out to the street, but let's not do that right now. We can peek into the house. 3 times this house is flooded. So what about the first one? The first flood is barely a memory. Placing your feet on drenched carpet, your mom and grandfather ripping out sheetrock, sitting in a small RV in the backyard, setting dolls on a cluttered table. What about the second one? You were 14. The pumping station failed during a heavy rain. You were in class watching the clouds move upriver. You got a text message from your mom. Stay in Destrehan, I'll come get you. For 2 weeks, you shared a hotel room with your mom and Blake. She spent all her days gunning the house. In the evenings, you would sometimes help. And then finally, the third flood. Another pump failure. Your mom hired contractors with the insurance money. She said she was getting too old for it. You were bitter, you blamed her for not selling the house sooner. You stayed with friends in New Orleans. And then we can have a bit of a look at the fourth flood, but there's only been 3. So the fourth flood will follow a slow hurricane, and it will be a calamity. So now we're getting into... is this proper foreshadowing, or is this now going to be just an idea of what's going to happen? Not entirely sure. We'll leave the entire region submerged as a critical levees breached. There will be a massive blackout that lasts weeks. Much of the sewerage infrastructure will be damaged beyond repair. The embattled federal government will do nothing to assist. It will bankrupt the region. Small militant enclaves will form along the high ground of the Mississippi River. It will take to piracy and hijack commercial shipping vessels. Private mercenary forces will retaliate in kind. Slowly, industry will flee this hot zone. The old river control structure will collapse from neglect and sabotage. The Mississippi River will again change its course. NORCO, an old abandoned refiner town on a ghost of a river. Your house will be squatted and then razed. Aw, let's hope that doesn't happen. More importantly though, there's a cat. Hello, cat. Your mom fed the neighborhood strays. They must be hungry since she passed. Ooh, maybe I can get some food for you guys. Or you. There's only you right now. There's also a statue of Mary. Your grandfather's statue of the Virgin Mary sits in the shadows along the crawl space of the house. We can apparently have a bit of a look. Alright. Statue. You observe the weathered concrete and flaking paint of the statue. Ooh, okay. Let's inspect further. Not so much about the kneeling and praying. The face is especially deteriorated, framed by a system of cracks. Alright. Let's look at that. Yeah, same thing. Poke it. You run your hands along the deteriorating contours of the statue and it snaps off as if by design. Alright. Behind the statue's face hides an odd assemblage of electronics carelessly soldered together. At the center of the electronic figuration is what appears to be a card reader. Alright, well I don't have a card. We can bring down some stuff over here. Don't I have... Wait. I thought I could get like... inventory. Maybe I couldn't. Maybe I've forgotten about that. Let's go back to the front yard, and I think we are done with the house. We have gotten some more mind map things, however. My mom, for example, was conducting research for who? A client in Fat City. Alright, so that's now over here, the client. Your mom's conducting research for a client in Fat City. That's all I know. We also have Million. Hello, Million. Million was a security android and a fugitive, or a fugitive, possibly both. So she guarded the perimeter of the aluminium refinery in Gramercy. One day she ran away. Why did she do that? You don't know. Alright, well, Also a fugitive then. Once a fugitive, now just a relic. She spends hours in stasis beneath a house like any discarded thing would. Well, alright then. Fair enough. And then finally, a bit about S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D. is indeed an oil refinery. S.H.I.E.L.D. Gulf South is a regional subsidiary of a transnational oil empire. It holds a large share of leases in the Gulf of Mexico and refines crude oil right here in Norco. The chemical annex sits on the other side of town from the refinery. It produces the feedstock for plastic consumer product. S.H.I.E.L.D. owns half the town. Lovely. Big conglomerate corporation. Lovely. Alright then, I think we are indeed done, so we can get out on the streets. We're now at Apple Street. Padu PI. Padu Private Investigators, we snoop for you. Can we have a bit of a look here? The lights are on at Padu Private Investigators. Let's have a bit of a knock. No answer. Let's try it again. No answer. Third time's the charm. Nope, still no answer. Alright then, what about the sisters apparently? So little sister, the turtle, he crawled out the trash can. Big sister, don't touch him, see? He's dirty. No he's not, turtles are always clean, they live in water. Trash water is not clean, let's go. Just let me stare a little longer, he's pretty. Yeah, I mean, the logic is sound, but forgot about the dirty trash water, I suppose. Alright then, we also have Snowball Stand. Yeah, I can see the... is that what they call Snowball Cone in the US? Possibly, yes. The Snowball Stand is closed for the winter. I mean, it doesn't look terribly cold. I mean, sure, there's no leaves on the trees, I suppose, but still. Alright then, Floodgate Tavern. Added to the maps, yes indeed, as I said, when we open up new locations, that is where we can go. Floodgate Tavern, the Floodgate Tavern, many S.H.I.E.L.D. workers gather here after their shifts. It's closed, should be open later in the evening. Alright, so we need to sort of get back, I suppose. Back to Apple Street, is there anything else? Nothing as far as I can tell. Alright, back to Apple Street and not home. Dimes discount. Hello. So that's added to the map. Let's have a bit of a look over here. So many evenings spent watching traffic pass by this gas station. Little change, the neighboring business still sits abandoned. The surrounding streets are quiet and empty. Alright, let's have a bit of a look inside. And there's Troy. Well. Look who's back. And there's Troy. What happened? Carnival forget you beside the road? I even brought your little doll. And Monkey stares at him. I like that the monkey gets a say in this. That's cute. Well, you look like shit. No. We kind of need his help, so let's possibly be a little bit friendly here. My mom died, you know. You're not that stupid, are you? Catherine, she's too valuable. They'd never let her go. Or die. Not go, die. Ah, you are possibly slightly Asian, yes. If anything, she'd probably be vacationing on a hard drive somewhere. So, are you actually... Let's not say get lost. Are you actually trolling me about my dead mom? Trolling? Oh, he laughs at me. You're so damn sensitive. Can't say nothing around you. Your mom was excavating all along the rim of the lake. Alright, so a bit more information there. She used to pay me to help from time to time. Matter of fact, she needed somebody smart. Well, why did she go to you? Somebody vigilant. I reiterate my question. Somebody like me, well, if you say so, buddy. Especially with S.H.I.E.L.D. snooping around. I see some wild shit out in them swamps with Catherine. Okay, well, what kind of shit? I won't bother telling you about it, might hurt your brain. And anyhow, this ain't story time, not letting you in this gas station. Goddamn company that runs this dump did me dirty. They swapped me with an ATM machine for speaking truth. Ain't letting nobody through till I get an apology, very least. Well, I kinda need a fuse. Would you like just get me a fuse? I don't know if you deserved it though, so just, again, be a little bit friendly. Maybe he knows more about my mother. So, you know what, let's not be evil or angry or, you know, whatever. Do you actually have a pentagram tattooed on you? Kind of looks like it. Don't patronize me with your weak pity. If you really want to get through, go get me some of them pills your brother was selling. That might persuade me. And I can apparently just fight him. Not entirely sure why I would fight him at this point, so chill out for a little bit. We might get back and fight with him, but not right now. So, shuffle off then. So, I assume we can't just do anything. Alright, it is indeed the pills, and possibly fight my way through. But alright, anything? Yeah, we can look at that. A freight loader is being repaired in the Batcher Woods. Batcher Woods. Is that a word that I never heard? Possibly, yes. Over the levee. Alright, then we also have a film set apparently. Alright, a film crew is set up along River Road. Several floodlights illuminate a gruesome murder scene. Two men stand pensively above a corpse. Alright, let's check it out. As you near the set, a small energetic man jumps from his chair. Okay, attention dumbass, he says. Hey, can't you see we're trying to shoot here? Well, let's be inquisitive. What are you filming? It's a detective drama called None of Your Goddamn Business. Any other questions? Well, like, is this a murder scene? Keep it up and it's going to be. Hey, that's a threat. Now, hey, you know what? Wait a second. You're from around here? I am. We could use some cultural expertise, you might say. We're filming a bio-cop drama and all these knuckleheads are from LA. And now an actor on set turns towards the director. Ooh, hello, handsome. I like the stash and what could possibly be a mullet. Lovely. I told you, Kevin, I'm from Texas. Oh, that's right, Noah, I forgot. Your Harvard-educated daddy bought a boutique ranch outside Austin. Well, that doesn't make you a cowboy, Hoss. Now hush up before you scare off the yokel. Hey, who are you calling a yokel anyway? The director returns his attention to you with a mild look of disgust. Well, right back at you with that one. Help us out, will ya? This script needs some work. What do you say? Well, I mean, sure. Great. So, hey, Noah, get over here so you can learn something from this stupid redneck. Oh, I'm not a stupid redneck. The actor smolders. He whispers under his breath. I'm a redneck. I mean, it's not a positive thing, I don't think. Fine, Noah, you're a redneck, a real salt of the earth kind of guy. But as luck would have it, we came across an even dumpier hazy than you, okay? So just take a knee. Well, I mean, he's not being too friendly towards me, is he? But sure. So, alright, anyway. We need some good slang. What do you call a villain? A bad apple? A lowlife? Alright, what can we call him? An asshole? That seems basic. A bad daddy? Is that a bit South Louisiana slang? Like actual slang? I'm not entirely sure. I wouldn't say that my South Louisiana accent is good, so, you know, I don't know. Or a crawfish devil. I say a little bit, you know, what's the word? I'm not entirely sure that I'm actually correct about that, but let's try and sell a crawfish devil. A crawfish devil? You nod solemnly. Wow. Now that is some spicy Louisiana shit right there. Do you get that, Noah? Write that shit down. Crawfish devil. Damn, that's good. That's sultry. Who says that? No one says that, says Noah. No one at Juilliard says it, Noah, but we're down here in the muck. I've been hearing all kinds of people say it down here. It just slipped my mind. I know he's a yes-sayer, isn't he? So, who has bets on the fact that he's absolutely also from LA and does absolutely know nothing about this place? So possibly this guy. Alright, that's settled. One more thing. What's a more regional way of saying to murder, to kill? I can say slay, which again feels slightly too basic, really. I can go with send them home with the roosters. That sounds very rural. That's absolutely true. Or we can go with slather them with the oyster-flavored peanut butter. Gonna say that's a weird one, but I kind of like it. Oyster-flavored peanut butter. Uh-huh. Absolutely true. Jesus, that's vile. That's repulsive. Just like this fucking place. I absolutely love it. Noah, get over here. Yes. Slather him with the oyster-flavored peanut butter. Got it. He's not really certain about this. Yeah. Well, I'm satisfied. The crawfish devil slathered up another poor bastard with the oyster-flavored peanut butter. Since I shivered down my spine. I seriously have to repeat this. This is how real people speak, Noah, you bastard. It's how people talk in South Silver Lake, you understand? Real people are out here saying weird, gross shit all the time. Yeah, he definitely knows about stuff like this. So memorize that line, because that line is going to win me a Golden Globe. Oh, and he, for some reason, remembers that I'm actually here. I'm pretty good at sourcing talent, aren't I? Always had a knack for it. I guess I owe you one. If you ever need anything, talk to someone else on set. Just don't bother me. I'm busy. Now get lost. Well, I mean, I'm happy to help. I suppose. Alright then, well... Can I do that? Film crew, setup. Okay, so I don't have access to anyone else right now. Ooh, no, that was the other one. Alright, more mind map stuff. We have some information about Troy. Troy knows your family. He was buying pills from Blake and occasionally helping your mom with her research. It says she was conducting research in the lake. Well, alright then. So that would be... Yeah, we got a new location. So is that the lake? Yes, it is. We have stuff here. A drifter, alright. Anything else? Alright, a memorial. A memorial languishes in the river mud. A 2x4 cross, plywood plaque, cairns of pulverized concrete. Sprayed haphazardly onto the plywood is a remembrance. The plaque reads, here passed the brave freedom fighters of January XW11. January XW11. Whose cries of liberty echo through the generations. In much smaller lettering, a different hand scratched fake across the bottom of the plaque. Oh, lovely. Ooh, a fighter. We apparently can't look at that. Horse. A lone horse drinks from the stagnant water pool along the riverbank. Lovely. Don't think that that's good drinking water, but fine. Hello, drifter. A man sits on a pile of flotsam, his head buried in his canvas jacket against the sharp air. Alright, let's have a bit of a chat. Stupid horse. The man gaze stays fixed on the opposite bank of the river, never turning to you nor the horse. What about the horse? He spits on the dirt at his feet. You know what all they dump in that water? Hell of a cocktail. He spits again, wiping a string of mucus onto his sleeve. Lovely. What you out here for anyhow? Ain't you heard you got a criminal on the loose? Oh, is there a criminal on the loose? Bringing the law around here, making things harder for the rest of us. Well, that's criminals for you, I suppose. Best be sharp, young one. Anything else? No, just a stupid horse. Alright then. Well, we don't have too much else to do over here, so I suppose back to Apple Street and... Well, we had pills in the kitchen, didn't we? So why don't we head to the kitchen? Can I now pick this up? Yes, I can. Here we go. You pocket your mom's pills. So that is something that we can bring back to Mr. Troy, I suppose. I'm gonna assume that that is the case at least. So let's see if he buys that these pills are what he wants. So got them pills on the way you're getting through. Yep, got your pills right here. Smart move. I'll let you cross the picket line this time, punk. Well, lovely. Let's get in. Here's the shop. Ooh, mechanical arm. Is that the... Yeah, that's the ATM, I suppose, that he complains about. So he's not really doing anything here. Alright then. We only have this view, I suppose. Some cigarettes here. Immaculately stocked cigarettes. Probably not anything he would have done. Some candy. Protein bars, bubble gum, breath mints, taffy, etc. Also, fuses! I would like a fuse. Fuses hang off the shelf. They literally don't hang. It's on a shelf, so they don't hang. You grab a fuse. I detect that you have merchandise in your possession. You must remove any unpurchased item from your backpack and scan them in order to exit the store. To use an item in your inventory, drag the item from the inventory menu to the intended target. Inventory is over here. There we go. Oh, we actually didn't have inventory before. Now we do. Lovely. So let's do that over here. You scan the fuse. Thank you for your purchase. And apparently I just paid for that immediately. Ooh, dusty bags of dog food. Well, this is dog food. I want cat food. Is there cat food anywhere? I can't see cat food. Ooh, there's stuff here. Liquor. You wonder if this place ever started checking IDs. During high school, friends in the city would drive all the way just to get booze. Well, probably now, yes. Probably when Troy was in charge, no. Most likely. Alright, the kiosk. Come on. No, come on. There we go. The disembodied illuminated head of the kiosk levitates silently in the browser tab. Alright, let's have a bit of a chat. Good evening. How may I help you? So, what about Troy? Well, I'm good. Alright, nothing else about that. How about Troy? Thank you for your inquiry. I'm forwarding it to Perilou and Sons LLC. Perilou and Sons LLC has declined to respond to your inquiry. Well, why did he get fired? American Discount Southeast Incorporated prides itself on its outstanding mentorship and jobs training program. American Discount Southeast Incorporated works to ensure that each franchise location provides opportunities for career growth. At American Discount Southeast Incorporated franchise locations, we leverage automation and machine learning technologies to enhance the lives of all employees. To apply for a position at any American Discount Southeast Incorporated franchise location, please visit American Discount SE-add SE today. Alright, so are you like the owner? I am Discountware. Nice. good name. A distributed cloud-based operating system for American Discount Southeast Incorporated. I can say that in my sleep soon. Semantic version number 16.3.3. The owner of this franchise is Perilou & Sons LLC. Discountware is licensed to Perilou & Sons LLC via the standard American Discount Southeast Incorporated license agreement. Alright, do you like it? I proudly perform the routine maintenance operations and procedures of 227 American Discount Southeast Incorporated franchise locations across the Southeast region. American Discount Southeast Incorporated is a model company awarded for excellence in business and community service. Thank you for inquiring about American Discount Southeast Incorporated. I'm good. Fine. I kind of like that. Still. Alright, so I do have the fuses. Awesome. Why don't we head back home? Need to go Apple Street first and then home. What is that? It is red because we have... Ooh, the kids are gone. Hey. Nope, still no answer from Paru PI. Let's go around the backyard and say, hey, Million, I have a fuse. You got the fuse? Good. We'll better use the bike to get around town until I'm done with the truck. It concerns me that Blake still hasn't returned, however. He's been spending a lot of his time at Sarpy paperbacks lately. Perhaps we should look for him there. Alright, you know what, let's head out there. And we're on the road. Lovely. And apparently I'm not driving. That's curious. Or at least I don't think I am. So the sky bleeds a color you knew as a child. Airline highway passes beneath your feet. Million has joined your party. Interact with party members by clicking the porters in the party menu. If you're stuck, they might be able to help. Well, alright. Hey! Million shouts over the wind. The bike runs much better now. You can use it to get around during your visit. So, where could Blake be? He spent much of his time at Sarpy paperbacks. Perhaps we should check in there. How has he been then? The year that you left, Blake became uncontrollable. His behavior troubled Catherine deeply. He was beginning to remind her of your grandfather. After he was expelled from Destrehan, he began running drugs into the parish. He made himself many enemies. He put those things behind him after her illness, but now that she's gone, I'm uncertain what to expect. Well, this place can indeed ruin people, that's pretty damn sure. Perhaps. Well, I won't apologize for leaving, actually. I won't do that, even though I might regret it a little bit. Well, no one is asking. YouTube, K. Alright, how have you been? I'm always the same, K. Always the same. Well, is that bad or good? Whichever you prefer. Well, that's the robot talking. So, sounds kind of zen. Perhaps. So, okay, what about town then? Shield has been expanding since you left. Catherine took your grandfather's boat into the lake to investigate reports of construction in the swamps along the shoreline. She assumed it to be unpermitted Shield activity. She was unable to find any evidence of it, however, it was clear that she found something during that investigation. Well, probably something? You don't know, apparently. Perhaps you do? No, not really. Well, how would I know? I haven't spoken to her in many years before she died. Does Blake not mention anything? Well, not really. I wouldn't say I never trust what he says, though. That seems weird. In any event, something drew her to the lake in the months before her death. Alright, so dismiss you, and let's actually head to times discount floodgate. Oh, it's all the way over here. Sarpy Books. Let's get over there. Alright then. We have a driver. Hello. A young man leans against the station wagon while scrolling idly on his phone. His silhouette darkened by the fluorescent glare of the payday lender's sign. That's a bit of a chat. Started doing this rideshare thing a few weeks ago. Kinda hate it. Well, why? Pays like shit. Spending hours a day making small talk with randos is melting my brain. Nearly broke an axle driving over a pothole in Holly Grove. This is my grandpa's car. If I trash it, he'll kill me. Well, have you drove anyone interesting? There's all types around here. Some guy I drove out in the middle of the swamp was like 2 in the morning, asked me to wait. He got out, took off his clothes, jumped into the bayou. Came back up a minute later with a bag, toweled it off, got back in. Found that to be pretty fucking weird. I don't know. And a while back I drove some lady out in the medical district. She was an odd one. Possibly my mother. Seemed kind of sick. Asked me all kinds of questions. Do I ever pick up random signals on the radio? Weird shit like that. Possibly my mother, yes. A lot of people, indeed. A dog! Hello, dog! A stocky pit bull with piercing green eyes watches the horizon with a neutral demeanor. So is that what the dog food is for? Possibly. As we reach down to pet the dog, she shows her teeth and grows softly. Yes, get some dog food, be friends with the dog. And 2 teens nod and gesture excitedly while bouncing between topics. Alright, what are you chatting about? BMX? Guy? Where did this dog come from, brah? Don't know, been sitting here for a while. You seen her eyes? The mice are something, brah. Brah, etc. Checks for cash. Cool. Anything else before we head in? No, I don't think so. Alright. Your mom used to come here to dig through the stacks. Among the heaps of used romance novels and westerns, she always managed to find some occult artifacts. The owner is also the landlord. You imagine that's the only way to manage. He manages to keep a place like this running. Over the years, they experimented with other revenue-generating schemes. For a while, you could get your phone repaired here, and then they tried selling vape cartridges, then kratom, whatever that is. Then anime wall scrolls, LSU yard ornaments. After that, you remember seeing online that they were trying to do some kind of acupuncture thing. So basically a lot of stuff. In the end, the schemes always fail, and only the paper backs remain. Alright, let's get in. Hello. Another cat. You wonder how anyone can read in this dim and cluttered bookshop. As your eyes adjust, you see Blake's childhood friend Erica waiting behind the counter to greet you. Okay, she says, and million when you get back to town. I've been in NORCO for quite some time. Perhaps you are misremembering, Erica. Weird, I guess so. Emilian says nothing. What about Monkey? Monkey must say something. But anyhow, okay, you're looking rugged these days, old friend. That's an intense scar above your eye. Ooh, they did actually... Ah, that's kind of cool. Did actually get back to the scar that I gave myself by saying that I was in a fight. Well, I got it before I left town, though. And the minute you return, you're right back in the mix, huh? Heard you ran into Troy. That guy, my god, he's such a man. Word travels fast. I was keeping up with your travels online, but I haven't seen you post in a while. Well, I have a lot to tell you, but I did toss my phone in the Rio Grande. I respect that. Seems more and more common these days. That specific thing, or just throwing phones away in general. I've been avoiding my phone as well. Okay, fair enough. Helps that the connection has been so erratic. Been hearing of people chopping down cell towers, tearing fiber cables out of the ground, trying to rip the internet apart. So, and she nods a bit. Back because of your mom, huh? Well, sort of. I know it wasn't always easy between you two. I was around for some of the arguments. Blake will say she was a great person, but a terrible mom. I just hope you and your brother can find some comfort. Well, thanks a lot. Of course, I lost my dad a while back, also to cancer. He was a mean bastard, picked up my sister and threw her one time, ended up giving her a concussion. I couldn't wait for him to die, and when he died, I danced. But as the years pass, I find myself thinking about him more. If it's good to hear stories about him, it's always complicated with this shit. Never easy. I worry about your brother. Your mom's illness was taking a toll on him. Ocean slipped back into some bad behaviors. So, have you seen him? Yeah, I saw him just yesterday. He hasn't been around the house? He has not. Well, he said he was heading to Floodgate Tavern when I saw him. He may have gotten wasted. I know Gus let him sleep behind the bar a couple of times. Did you know you were coming, Kay? He never mentioned it. Well, I was sort of trying to surprise him. I was sure he'll be relieved to see you. He's been resisting help, but he needs it. If I hear from him, I'll tell him to find you. What about Cat? Hello, Cat. So this here is the illustrious Crouton. Lovely name. We found him behind the dumpster out back, licking cardboard. Whatever you do, don't try to pet him. He's a devil. I've got scars all over my hands from this damn cat. Well, I'm not gonna let that deter me. I'm gonna pet him, damn it. And he loves me. Lovely. Oh, wow. Crouton usually buys strangers. He must like it. I do love that. Why did you get horse for eyes? That's so strange. So can we now pet him for real? Oh, we can do it again. He loves me a little bit more. He seems to be getting a little excited. Well, let's try it again then. Oh, a bit faster, but still pretty easy. Wow, I've never seen a cat purr this hard. Maybe you two should slow down. Can I do it again? Oh, this is gonna be oh, actually, it's a bit slower and in a sequence. And it's just, wow. Now it's just vibrating. That's not how cats purr. No, really, stop touching the cat. This is fun. Crouton looks like he's fixing to explode. Dare I do it one more time? Yes, I do. Okay. I think I... Oh, crap, I missed. Damn it. Do I need to... Oh, I need to start from the beginning. Well, fine. Challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. 6 is a bit too tricky, actually. As long as it's fairly stable, it's fine. What I mean by stable. I did that the right way around. Okay, one more attempt. I'm gonna get this. I definitely did that right, though, didn't I? Interesting. Okay. So let's be clear here now. So it's there, 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 there. And now it's the final one. Let's be very, 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 very clear here now. So it's definitely that, that, that. Yeah, that, 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 and that. Oh, wow. Did not expect that to happen, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. What the fuck just happened to the cat? Okay, goddammit, I told you to stop fucking with the cat. She's launched through the ceiling. What the hell just happened? Yeah, you are a bit surprised as me. A Crouton phone case. You grab the phone case from the counter. I gotta say, I have played this game a little bit, but that... It says WTF over on the... What? This game is interesting, alright. Let's just check the assorted books before we end this video. You scan the titles on the shelf and there's more stories to read. Anything else before we leave? Anything to... Do you want to say anything? I love you. I know you're going through a hard time, but I'm a little pissed you launched your cat through the ceiling. Just give me some space, okay? Well, I'm sorry about your cat and, you know, petting it so hard that I launched it out of the bloody place. I'm sorry, okay? Before we end up... Oh, hello. I do hope Erica is correct and that Blake's absence is due to nothing more than another drunken night. My intuition leaves me with a sense that something is wrong. Do you feel it too, Kay? Does something feel strange to you? Alright. Oh, we're getting a bit of a flashback. I did not expect this. It's a flashback of Catherine. There's the highway. Possibly the same that we saw before. Maybe. It's a bit several weeks ago. Alright, so we're not going to be playing as Catherine then. Greater New Orleans Neural Versioning Clinic. Alright. So, clinician, what brings you here tonight? I am dying. So, the cancer, it's gone and everywhere. There are some things I'd like to leave behind. I understand. Are you... And you were referred by Mr. Richard? Duck? Alright, that's what everyone calls him. Yes, Duck. We followed his branch with some interest. Who hasn't? I gather we'll all be discussing this in more detail as things progress. For now, let's begin with a simple exercise. I'd like to talk to you about your earliest memory. It's of pine trees. You know what? We're gonna leave this video right here. I think that this is an interesting place to stop, because it's getting into some deeper stuff with the story, etc. So, yeah, this is Norco. I did not expect that stuff in the end with the cat and some other things as well. This game has surprises, and I do kind of enjoy the narrative aspects of this game. It's very close to compare it to Citizen Sleeper, but this obviously plays so differently. This is way more about interactions with people. Even though you obviously do a lot of that in Citizen Sleeper as well, this is more about what you think about things and what you do. There is some stuff of that in Citizen Sleeper, but this is a little bit different. As for like the minigames and stuff like that, I don't know if there's gonna be more minigames than that, but it's, you know, it's standard minigames just to make sure that the player gets to do some actual gameplay and not just clicking dialogue buttons. So there you go. And as for that, yes, this is again same as Citizen Sleeper, mostly about the story and the writing, and not so much about actual proper gameplay. And if that's your thing, absolutely, that's fine. I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. I do like writing in games overall. So for me, this is really cool. And I definitely am gonna keep playing. I do want to see what happens. I want to see where this story goes. And I want to see if there are more weird things like cats flying through ceilings because you pet them a little bit too much, and them sitting on phone cases. I have no idea what the hell that is about. I guess I'll find out later. And if you like really heavy narrative driven games, absolutely I think you should check this out. This is quite amazing, I would say. For now though, this has been ghostmutgaming with me, Christopher. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.